everyone. Welcome to another round of Connections with Art. Oh, guys, you have no idea how tired I am. I started at 8 a.m. It is now 10 p.m. That's something like what, 14? Yeah, 14 straight hours of tutoring with nary a break. As you can see, I'm completely out of sorts. I can barely think. Obviously, I don't act like this during the lessons. I'm able to pull myself together. I want to give the children their money's worth or their parents' money's worth. But right now, I'm about to collapse. And I had to pick up my daughter from work and take her back home and get a bunch of supplies for a new dog that we're going to be looking after for some time. So as you can imagine, I'm completely ready to crumble, and now I have to play Connections. Needless to say, guys, please bear with me, but I do not have the results ready. Okay, but tomorrow, so I'm going to sleep like Rip Van Winkle tonight. I'll wake up maybe a couple weeks later, and I promise, guys, I will have the results. Seriously, I'll get them for tomorrow. It'll be even better because we'll have like some major shakeups. I know I'm going to be losing severely. I already lost a point the other day. Today's going to be a joke, okay? But I still want to get my result in and share it with you guys. So let's hit play. I think the screen is acceptable, wouldn't you agree? We can see the words and we can see the things and we can try to read these off. We've got pairs, killer, business, Hermes, style, risk, atlas, taboo, foxy, national, sorry, opinion, trouble, Gucci, Nike, notorious. Okay, and I'm being an idiot. That's Paris, not Paris. All right. All right. Ugh. This is going to be a rough one. This is going to be a rough one. Don't worry. I know a lot of you are like, Art, why do you so much fixated on the order difficulty? Don't worry, guys. I'm not even going to talk about the order difficulty today, okay? I just want to survive this thing and see if I can even get a 1. This looks really, oof, boy, I picked the wrong day to mess with Connections. Damn, this looks tough. I mean, I see all sorts of funny things going on here. I see some fancy stores like Gucci. I see some characters from Greek mythology like Hermes. I think Paris would count. I see. Okay, now this is funny. This is easy, guys. You're all going to see this. This was a whatchamacallit. They are reusing categories, and it makes me concerned because I just hope that they're not running out of ideas. But I do see these classic board games. We've had this a while, right? We had this already. Trouble, Risk. It's the same thing. Trouble, Risk. Sorry. I don't remember Taboo from previously. I don't remember what the game was, but that is one of those. I think it's where you basically have a word and you don't provide the definition, but you have to guess the word. It's something of that ilk. And it's been around for a while. I don't know if I want to call these classic board games though, because I mean they've been around for a while, but it's not like like Monopoly is like a classic board game, right? Or chess or checkers. Let's just say board games, okay? All right. All right. Oh. All right, so 1 down, 3 to go. Now we can maybe work on something else here that I didn't mention. So we've got business. I don't know how we can pair that up with anything. We've got opinion. Okay. Whatchamacallit? Style. Oh, these are almost like, yeah, what caught my eye is like these are because I liked to read the I like to read USA Today, and I remember it was sectioned off with I always would go straight for the sports page. They don't have sports here. Nevertheless, these would still qualify, I think, as newspaper sections. You would have the business section, the opinion section, the style section, and the national news. Okay. So we'll try that for our next guess. Okay, perfect. All right. We're not doing so bad after all. Now we have some serious stuff to work with here. But I do think we've got those. I mean, Hermes, Paris, Atlas for sure. And then actually, they're trying to be clever because Nike could be one of those stores, right, guys? You could have Gucci and Nike. I think Hermes is a fancy store as well. But Nike, actually, the whole reason it's called Nike is based off of I think it's the Greek goddess of like victory, I think, which makes sense because Nike is, a sports clothing and so on and so forth. So I would call these like um, people in Greek mythology or figures in Greek mythology. I think they're all Greek. Don't bust me, guys, if one of them is Roman, but I'll say like Greek mythology figures. Yes. Okay. All right. And now, last but not least, now here's the deal. There's only one word here that jumps out at me. Back in the 90s, there was an attractive young woman that I was interested in at that engineering school over in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I hear it's pretty decent. I think it's called like some Institute of Technology. Anyways, she really loved the Notorious B.I.G. Okay, and there's a really cool song that I also enjoyed from from him as well. It was "Every Breath You Take." It was sort of like their version of "Every Breath You Take" from what Sting did, and it definitely wooed her. I'm not going to go into any further details, but just say that that was highly successful. The Notorious B.I.G. Thank you very much for that wonderful song. She loved it, and as a result, MIT definitely was a lot better than it was previously. So we're going to add to Notorious B.I.G. these other three who I have no idea, but guess what? Notorious B.I.G. is a rapper. And I guess these are rappers, but now the thing is, why did they remove the B.I.G.? Because that would make it ultra obvious. So I'm going to just say something like maybe rappers without the last name. Okay? Yeah, rappers without their last name. So I bet there's some like Foxy something out there. There's going to be a Gucci rapper out there, and there's going to be a killer rapper. Rappers are actually very clever categories for filling in because they've got some really interesting names, don't they? 50 Cent. I mean, remember we had 2 Chainz. I never have heard of them, but like those are very cool names. So thankfully, thank you so much, Notorious B.I.G. We are going to nail this, I think, in style. So we're going to say rappers, but the first name only. Kapow! Don't worry, guys. I'm not going to comment on the difficulty order. As we know, it's completely irrelevant, isn't it? All right. So there you have it. Maybe, I don't know, Wordle I have to be very careful with. I have to do that next. That I do tend to mess up, but I've got a low streak there, so it doesn't really matter. Oh my goodness. Well, that went really well, and I needed it because yesterday was not good. I only got a 4. I could not identify Pinocchio. But once again, I feel like this won't be too bad for people, especially once you get going with the board games. I think everything will come into place. You guys are super smart. I think I'll still hopefully maintain a top 10 placing. And excuse me, guys. And with that in mind, I need to quickly do my Wordle video, and I have to have something to eat because I haven't eaten all day either. So that's how much dedication I put into my students. Everybody wants to do well on tomorrow's SAT. I hope they do. If any of my students are watching, good luck tomorrow, guys. I love you. I think you're going to do great. And of course, I look forward to seeing you for another round of Connections.